Hey guys, Darkshot the Poisoner here, bringing you the next episode in the Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow bestiary. Number 61 is the Larva Soul. I'm really not a fan of this. It's basically a generic bullet type soul. It uses up a lot of magic as well, 25 for every single use. I think there are a lot of better souls out there, so I'd have to say pass on this one. I think the only good thing about it is that it might do an additional dark damage as well as just doing damage normally. Number 62 is the Heart Eater, and I really do not like these guys as an enemy. I think they're absolutely pointless. Plus, they're really difficult to kill because of their totally erratic pattern, and their soul is not very good as well. Obtain more hearts. Oh, who really cares? Thanks. I could have just equipped the Tree Ant Soul, which is like 20 times better. At least you can just spam Mandragore and not worry about, you know, losing all your magic because they'll just drop a bunch of hearts. Number 63 is the Merman, whose soul is by far the easiest to grind for in the game. You can just go in this room, and as you can see, there's so many of them in this room that it actually starts lagging my game out a little bit. I've actually seen it lag the legitimate DS version as well, so... And their drop rate is 16%, nothing to scoff at. Their soul is, since it has a water type, I actually don't mind it as much as some other bullet types. Number 64 is the Fish Head. Really, this soul is pretty bad, but I like to use it as a joke every once in a while, just since it's that bad. What you can do in this part, ironically enough, the Fish Head is, I was about to say allergic. It's weak to fire, so just go ahead and use some curry from the Waiter Skeleton Soul, as I'm doing here, and it works pretty effectively against their little stack there. Number 65 is the Medusa Head, and I can pretty much assure you that this is everyone's least favorite character in any Castlevania game ever. If you can name one that's worse, please post it in the comments box, because I would very much like to know. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I think their soul actually redeems them a little bit, because hovering in one location for a long time can actually be helpful in some circumstances. Number 66 is the UKOBACK. I'm trying to think of something good you could do this with. You set fires in one stationary location, sort of like what the UKOBACK does himself as an enemy. But it's kind of like an Oon that can float in midair, if that'll give you a better idea of what this does. But it doesn't really last for that long. It lasts for about 4 seconds. I don't think it's that great. Number 66 is the Killer Fish. Now, this power, surprisingly enough, does a ton of damage. Now, it only works in the specific circumstance of you being underwater, which hardly ever happens in the game, and plus the boss that it would be effective on, you can't actually get the power until you beat the boss. So it's really stupid the way they set it up. But anyway, this power, really good in water, go ahead and use it. Number 68 is the Mimic, and I really like the Mimic Soul, especially since if you watch my Blood Money video, it can be used in a circumstance like that. So you can just gain money when taking damage. I guess, really, if you're going up against somebody really big, like a Final Armor or something who does a lot of damage, it's good to use, but really, there are quite a few other things that you might want to use in combat instead. Number 69 is the Dead Pirate. I actually get this guy and the Dead Crusader mixed up quite a bit. This one says may cause greater damage from attacks from enemies from behind and stuff like that. This is really helpful against the Iron Golem, who can't turn around. If you just use the Bat Company to fly over the Iron Golem and then equip this and attack the Iron Golem from behind, it'll do 2 damage for every hit instead of 1. Number 70 is the Frozen Shade, and I use the Persephone power here just to demonstrate how cheap it is against these guys, because every single one of their attacks is a projectile. So if you just hold it out, you can basically spam the Persephone power, and they can't do anything to you. As you can see, all their icicles and everything get sucked into the vacuum of black holeness of doom. And I really like the Frozen Shade power. It's basically an ice version of the Aguni power. It's a little bit slower, but you can actually get a few more hits in. And it also has an ice attribute. I think it has a water attribute. Scratch that, water attribute. Anyway, that's about it for this episode, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all later.